Hello, this is Jay Norris with Brewer FX here in Chicago. We're taking care of our video trend map today, October 6th. Before we get rolling, I need to point out that trading futures and Forex is a risky endeavor and not suitable for all investors. These charts are snapshots of the current market and may be no indication of future conditions, although I will say these conditions are pretty unique and pretty risky in themselves. Euro, the first market we're going to follow. We're going to stick with primarily the weekly chart on the left. We're going to give you downside targets. The euro down very hard today. No surprise there. As we said Friday, you had all the time frames had rolled over and were pointing in one direction, and that's what you get. You better be able to ski on a fast slope when all the time frames come together. Like they were set up for Friday coming into today. Downside on the euro, it looks like your most likely target a little bit above 130 here, 130.90. It looks like coming in. That's a 3/8 scan line or a 3/82 retracement for you Fibonacci guys. So we'd look for that longer term target. Next market, your pound. The pound didn't quite get as beat up as the other markets did. We had pointed that out Friday too. The pound was slow to make a lower low. It did make a lower low just barely. The pound on the left side here on the weekly chart, that purple line you're looking at is a 50% retracement. Oops, here, let me get back to that. Hit the wrong button. Well, the pound doesn't want to cooperate, but the pound found support, it continues to find support right around that 50% retracement level. The next market, the Australian dollar here, the Aussie continues to really be the weak one. No surprise there. That's been the case for quite some time. It's like you sliced right through the 50% level here on the weekly chart on the left. Eyes right, lower right for the daily. You can see how down it was, how hard down it was. Looks like you may see support here as you did today at 70. Markets have a tendency to find support on the round number. So we'll see if 70 holds. If not, you could probably look for 66 would be your next downside target. But I think that they may slow things down at 70. But you never know with the momentum down like that. Next market, the dollar yen. Dollar yen finally did roll lower. Some of you guys, my clients are on my daily email list. You noted I was a little early giving a sell signal in the yen. It took a little time, but that's all right. It did roll lower. And again, this is what happens when the short-term trend on the weekly is pointing in one direction, and the short-term trend and intermediate-term trend on the daily are pointing in one direction. You get the big sell-off, which we saw here. Next market, the Canadian dollar. More dollar strength, the Canadian weakened. This is actually the dollar Canadian, and it was much sharper. Look at that, you blew above 110. Not much of a surprise in that the Canadian had actually made a higher high Friday. That was a big tell. Market gives you a higher high. That's telling you the path of least resistance for sure is higher. Dollar Swiss, dollar Swissy. Did clear the old high last week Friday. It couldn't quite make a higher high. Today it did make a higher high. I've got a trend line drawn here on the weekly. We're looking at so we should be looking at resistance somewhere just a little above today's highs, maybe 116 or so. We'll see if that trend line has an effect on the market, but no surprise, dollar Swissy continues to strengthen. Dollar Swissy is a good one because remember, I think it was early last week, I wasn't too sure how it stood on the daily chart and the 240 chart, and I remember saying, well, I'm just going to go higher because that's the primary trend on the daily. And you see how the trend is your friend. I mean, when in doubt, just stick with that trend. We saw such huge movement in the currency markets, and my own mentor Al was pointing out to me today. He said, you know what, the weeklies were telling you this. The weekly and the dailies on the short term, even the intermediate term in some cases, were pointing in this direction. So the length of it came as some surprise. I mean, huge moves today, but the direction should not have been a surprise. Next market, euro yen. This is one I was calling for last week. I was fascinated with this market. I said there's a strong possibility they could really take this thing out back. and put the boots to it, which they did. I was even surprised it took out 140. I thought, you're a genius. You cover your shorts at 140. I thought you get a bounce. Man, it just kept on going. Eyes lower right here on the daily. You can see that. It looks like maybe it's trying to claw its way back to 140, but I mean, that baby got all the way to 135. Eyes left again, looking on your weekly chart. Let's keep an eye on how much room. Let's be reminded how much room we have below on this market. It looks like 129 would be a 50% retracement of the move from 2000, so it looks like it's got a good shot at getting there. I almost wish these moves would slow down and give us some trading opportunities, to get in there and start chopping wood on the shorter term time frames. But it will. You definitely have to be a trader when things slow down, because the volatility's not going anywhere. It may taper off a little bit, but it's going to be fun trading. The market here is the next market is our pound yen. Pound yen took it on the chin pretty good. Look at this, eyes left. Pound yen has retraced 75%. That's again, what is that? 6/8 line. 75% of the move since 2000. So the carry trade is dead. Look at that down move. But again, from a trader's perspective, there's going to be some nice swings on here in the intraday coming up very shortly. So you better be a trader to handle what's going on in these markets. As usual, if you have any questions, I'd encourage you to give me a call, especially now. This is really when if you need advice, hey, don't be shy and pick up the phone. We do this 3 times a week, so we'll be back Wednesday. And I'm signing off today. I want everyone to say go White Sox. The Sox got a game going here in the playoffs, so we're excited about that in Chicago. We'll see you here Wednesday. Again, we do this 3 times a week. Why don't you come to brewerfx.com, check out our blog there. You can see how we've done in the past at calling these markets. And Jim Hershak does some great fundamental analysis, and that's there every day. My video format here every other day. Jim's is every day. So go to brewerfx.com, the blog there. And we keep you informed. We think we do a pretty good job, and don't be shy about letting us know if we do or we don't. Thanks a lot. See you Wednesday.